Vincent's parents never see he's good enough, so he turned to a middle-aged couple online. During mealtimes, Vincent Zhang, a teach worker in Shanghai, has a habit of whipping out his phone to check on his virtual parents. A middle-aged couple online are met with an endless stream of warm words for their imaginary child. In one of their most popular videos, the pair chose to the camera, "Are you tired from work and study lately? Don't push yourself too hard. Mom and Dad know that you have endured a lot." In the comments, many call the couple mom and dad, telling them about their lives and asking for birthday blessings. With nearly 2 million followers on Douyin, China version of TikTok, Pen Hushen and Zhang Shuiping are among a niche group of content creators called virtual parents. They have exploited in popularity, driving young Chinese followers who feel increasingly squeezed between the pressure of succeeding and the expectations of their families. "My parents are never the ones who tell me not to drive myself too hard or that I'm already good enough," says 33-year-old Vincent. "But virtual parents will ask me whether I'm happy today." The vulgar Pan says he has felt the impact of his videos on viewers. He told Douyin in a 2024 interview that he understood some of their pain because he too had a difficult childhood. At the age of 14, he says he left home to become the family's breadwinner after his mother was paralyzed. "I left home for 33 years, and my parents have never said a word of encouragement." Penn says he was determined to create a different family atmosphere after his daughter was born, making sure that he always told her that he loved her. His daughter regularly features in the couple's videos. All of this resonates with Vincent. The Shanghai-based web developer says he finds the weekly calls with his parents stressful. They often criticize his career choice because they believe a government job would be more stable, and they ask him when he's bringing a girlfriend home. From the moment the phone call begins, "All my actions and choices are wrong and sometimes to be corrected by them." Zhou belongs to a generation of Chinese youth who have grown up during an economic boom. After the country became the world's second largest economy, their grandparents lived through grueling famine in the 1950s and the violent purges of the Cultural Revolution in the 1960s, and their parents grew up in a country that was still emerging from the shadows as it opened up to the world. Zhou's generation, however, enjoyed stability, prosperity, and a far better standard of living. But China has also become much more competitive, and in recent years, especially in the wake of the pandemic, youth have been hit hard by sluggish Chinese economy. Unemployment rates among young people have hovered at more than 15% for years, a trend that has worried the government despite its efforts to downplay it. More and more young people talk about feeling burnt out, questions the point of staying in the rat race, and in some cases feel braced by their parents' talk love. So much so that some state media have tried to steer the discussion online towards traditional concepts of filial piety, urging young people to be more understanding of their parents. But Vincent is unconvinced. I can understand my parents' difficulties, but I have my own generational trauma too. There seems to be a wave of reckoning among young people in China about parenting, a subject that can be just emotive anywhere else in the world. The discussions range from people frustrated with controlling parents to those exhausted from the pressure to excel academically or hit advice in the name of filial piety. The expiration runs so deep that it has inspired viral memes called group soap literature. The meme comes from a 1 minute skit in which a son politely refuses a bowl of group soap from his mother, but eventually he gets blamed for being ill-tempered. For many young people, the skit captures a familiar dynamic. Their wishes are ignored by parents who claim to be doing things for their own good. Zoswan, 28, tells the BBC that her parents dispense so much concept literature that she has mute her family group chat. In the past, she would lament to her friends while trying to understand her parents' behavior. Now she turns to memes because the humor helps her. I did go to therapist, but I gradually realized that crying wouldn't solve the problem. Zoe says, my mom would just change, so I could only change my own mindset, which is to treat them with the same attitude, as if it was a joke. For Vincent, his virtual parents remind him of a more uncomplicated time. Recalling a recent video by Pan and Zhang about a supermarket visit, he says, I really miss the day when I was little and would go grocery shopping with my parents ahead of the spring festival. We have not had this kind of conversation, which comes with no social pressure for a long time. Fincher realizes that because the content has become so popular, it is also commercially successful. I know that vloggers are probably mass producing now and are probably signed with companies, he says, and he wouldn't argue with the fact that it is far easier to console and dispense advice to virtual children, and yet he finds some comfort in the trend. I believe that a little bit of warmth is better than nothing.